Hey there, in this video, I'm gonna be showing you my first impressions and real-time thoughts on the brand new Imagen AI software for photographers. So if you think that would be interesting, go ahead and keep watching. To my channel. My name is Hope and I am a senior portrait photographer serving both Charleston and Savannah, and this YouTube is where I share education for photographers as well as a little bit of a peek into my life living in the low country. And I am really excited about this video today because if you've watched any of my editing videos before or like heard me say this before, I am very much an if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of person in my business. So I am very resistant to change. Like clearly I'm behind. This Imagen AI video should have happened a long time ago because Imagen has been out for a while now, but I really am just like stuck in my ways. So if my gear is working, if my lenses are working, if my editing process is working, I don't like to change it, right? And so this whole time I have been able to edit a senior session in about 2 hours from start to finish. So I haven't really felt the need to play with AI features and add something new into my workflow or into my business until now. So all of that is changing and I'm really excited to share it with you. So before I dive in too much further, 2 things I want to tell you about. Number 1 is that I have a free gift for you just to say thank you so much for being here and tuning in here on my channel. That free gift is 5 days of access to my signature photography membership called the Senior Scoop. You'll get to watch Brooke's amazing senior session for free in downtown Charleston, as well as watching my entire editing process for some of my favorite images from that shoot. So if you are here because you are a photographer that is a visual learner and wants to see more of how I create my signature style, how I capture images at senior sessions, and what my editing process looks like, you will absolutely love that free gift. It's linked down in the description, and again, it's just to say thank you so much for being here. So if you end this video and you're like, I want more information, that's a great place to go next. It's linked down in the description. The second thing I want to tell you is that I am not a tech guru. This is not a tech YouTube channel. So this video today really serves the purpose of me just sharing as a real photographer with like a real day-to-day workflow, my real-time thoughts and first impressions about using Imagen for the very first time. I'm not gonna get into the technical side of like how AI works or get super technical about anything related to shooting really in this video. I just wanna share it for photographers who maybe have a similar mindset as me and you are kind of resistant to change, hesitant to add AI technology into your business and workflows, and you've heard about AI, you've maybe thought about ways that you could use it, but you've been a little bit resistant to actually adding it into your workflows because that's exactly how I am. I'm hoping this video will be helpful and encouraging and give you some insight onto maybe why it's worth making the change, because now that I have done it, I wish that I did it a lot sooner. So let's go ahead and dive in. So just to preface, if you don't know what Imagen is an incredible AI editing software for photographers, and essentially the non-technical way to explain it is that you're basically teaching artificial intelligence or AI how to be you and edit your images just like you do. So what I love about that is that you are not buying a preset and then applying it blanket statement to all of your photos and hoping that it works. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge fan of presets, but what this is doing is that you are basically teaching a robot or artificial intelligence how to be you and how to edit your images just like you do, so that you're still getting what feels like a custom edited or like you're outsourcing your editing, but you're doing it to AI, which is much more affordable and a lot faster. So this has been super, super interesting to me. I will say I do not think that AI yet is going to be replacing full-time editors and outsourcing your editing. I am still outsourcing my wedding photography editing to an actual person, to an editor. I, to this point, have been editing all of my portrait galleries and my senior galleries myself because I can edit quick enough that it just doesn't feel like a necessary expense for me to pay someone else to edit those images for me. So in my business specifically, what I'm using Imagen AI for is for my senior sessions, for my portrait galleries, and I absolutely love it. So And let me just go ahead and cut to a screen recording and I'm gonna show you how this works. So when you get Imagen for the first time, this is what the inside of Imagen looks like. So essentially you have home base, you have your AI profiles, and you have your projects. When you download it for the very first time, what you're going to be doing is clicking create your own profile. A profile is essentially just like a preset or an editing system. You're teaching Imagen AI how to edit just like you. So profile is basically like your editing style. So there's two options here. A light AI profile, which is where you upload a preset and answer some questions, and then it starts to edit like you. However, I recommend, and so does Imagen, to do a personal AI profile. This is where you are going to take actual catalogs from Lightroom that you have edited and let it learn how you edited all of those images. You're gonna upload all of those catalogs into Imagen and give it the opportunity to kind of learn from your actual editing style versus from a preset. So it's just a lot more accurate and gives it a lot more data to work from. So this is what I did. So you're gonna click this option here, and it's basically gonna walk you through the process of how to train AI to edit like you. So what I do is I work with RAW. You should always work with RAW images. That's a video for another day. And this profile is going to be color, and I just called it my editing style. You don't have to call it anything fancy. And then what I did here is I did all senior portrait galleries. Again, personally for me, Imagen is only going to be editing my portrait galleries. I'm still outsourcing my weddings to an actual editor. So what I did is I went through and found probably 10 to 15 past senior catalogs in Lightroom where I still had all of the raw images easily accessible. And I uploaded all of those into Lightroom. So it took me about like half a day because I just let it run and upload those images in the background. Super, super easy process to do. You'll go to your Lightroom catalogs, you will select a catalog that you've edited, you'll select the folder that you want to upload, and those are on my hard drive so it can't find those images, but then you're just gonna upload those and let it kind of scan through and start to learn how you edit. They require, I believe, a minimum of 3,000 images, which shouldn't be too hard to find. You can see up here, 3K photos is ready for training. So this kind of tracks your progress up here. So that's gonna be the first step to actually setting up a profile in Imagen. So right here, this first profile is my editing profile that I have been working with in Imagen. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how quickly Imagen can edit a full catalog, what it looks like, and then we are going to compare a senior gallery that I edited because I had edited it months ago and I've already delivered it to my client. And we're gonna look at the edits that I did versus the edits that Imagen did with just the 3,000 bare minimum photo requirement to teach it how to edit like me. So all I've done is the bare minimum. I've uploaded 3,000 images from past Lightroom catalogs into Imagen, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like compared to how I personally edited the images, because I think it's gonna blow you away because it blew me away, I'm not gonna lie. So here's how to use Imagen when you're ready to use it. So if you're ready to use it to edit, you're gonna select that it's a portrait gallery in my case. I'm gonna go to my catalogs and I'm gonna go ahead and open Imagen's catalog. So this is the one we're gonna be working from today, and you just click upload. And I'm gonna let the screen record so you can see how quickly this is uploading the gallery. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's how fast it uploaded. And then it's gonna go ahead and update and actually edit the gallery like me. So I'm gonna go ahead, okay, here we go. Editing 137 photos. It says 2 minutes, it already jumps down to 1 minute. So literally in less than a minute, this is going to edit 137 photos, just like me. So literally it's going to take less than a minute to do what used to take me about an hour. So it's editing these images, and then I'm gonna show you the difference. Okay, so now that these images have uploaded, it took less than a minute for them to upload. It took a little bit for them to render. Now what you're going to do is hit download to review, and it's essentially going to download those edits and overwrite what your previous Lightroom files were. So now I'm just gonna open that Lightroom catalog, and this Lightroom catalog went from being completely unedited raw files to edits that are almost identical to what I delivered to my client. So that's how quick and easy it is. And you can see these are all like, they're kind of loading as I scroll. They're all edited, and they all, if you're familiar with my style, even from afar, like at quick glance, they look just like I would have edited them. I'm gonna show you that more in detail here in a second. But then once you are done and you maybe wanna go in and add a couple of tweaks, I'm not doing that for the sake of this video, just to show you guys how accurate Imagen is without needing extra help. But if you wanna go through and like a typical workflow, what I would do is go through, make any tweaks I needed to make, export these images, and then you can come back into Imagen and upload the final edit. So with every single catalog you edit, you're continuing to train Imagen to be more and more like your personal editing style. So now that you've seen a quick tutorial of how it works and how to actually navigate the Imagen app, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the before and after, or the images that I delivered to my client versus what Imagen did, and I think it's gonna blow you away. The images on the left are going to be the edits that I did a couple of months ago before I ever had Imagen. These are the images that I actually delivered to my client. And then the images on the right are going to be the images that Imagen edited for me. So when I did this, I was truly blown away because again, I'm so stubborn. I didn't want to believe that AI could do a better job than me. I didn't want to feel like I needed it. I was just so hesitant to add it in, and this blew me away, Okay, so I did not tweak these at all, just to clarify. This was literally just what Imagen did, and I exported them. So I did not even go into Lightroom and make any tweaks to the images on the right. They are solely what Imagen did. So the image on the left, this one, is the image that I delivered to my client. The image on the right is the one that Imagen edited for me. So there's a slight difference in tone. It's very slight. Like maybe it was just a tiny bit less of a magenta. Like I would have added maybe a little more magenta, and it's a tiny bit warmer. But the funny part about this is I actually liked Imagen's edit just a smidge better. I was like, you know what? Her skin tone looks a little bit more true to life in the image on the right. Hope you could have done a little bit of a better job, and that shocked me. But you can see how ridiculously close these edits are without a single tweak. In just 3,000 images to train it, Imagen was able to get this close. Okay, let's look at another example. Here's another one from that same kind of lighting and that same setup. So image on the left is the one I delivered to the client. Image on the right is Imagen's. Again, tiny bit of a difference in tone. The image on the right is a little bit cooler, or excuse me, a little bit warmer and a little bit greener than I would have liked it to be, but my client would have never noticed the difference. Like if I wanted to just export these images from Imagen and deliver them to my client, they would have been thrilled. It would have been almost exactly like I would have edited them. Okay, let's look at one that was taken in a different lighting situation. So let's look at this one. This is the image I edited. This is the one that Imagen edited. So really the biggest difference here is a slight increase in exposure and maybe a slight increase in shadows. Her skin looks the tiniest bit overexposed to me in the image on the right. But again, so unbelievably close, like so accurate just from the bare minimum of the 3,000 images to train. I've got a couple more. So I delivered this one. Imagen edited the one on the right. So this one, I did feel like her skin tone looked a little bit too cool. The image on the left, again, is the one I delivered. A little bit warmer, a little bit brighter, a little bit more true to life. The one on the right felt a little too cool, and like she looked a little too pale. So if I were to go back and edit and kind of make some tweaks to continue to train Imagen, I would have definitely warmed this image up a little bit. This set of images was where I saw the most drastic difference. But here's another one. So I delivered this image. Here is Imagen's. Again, little cooler, little greener. I would have definitely tweaked these if I had gone back into Imagen. But that first whole set of images, I delivered this one, Imagen edited this one. So close. I mean, they are unbelievably accurate. It is crazy to me. So essentially now what I have been doing with my senior editing workflow is that I edit sneak peeks the same day, so I still edit those sneak peeks, but then I upload the full catalog into Imagen. I let it run through, takes less than a minute typically for a senior gallery that's about 150 photos, and then I will go through and instead of taking an hour to, or up to 2 hours to hand edit every single image in Lightroom, all I'm doing is making minor tweaks and then re-uploading it into Imagen to continue to train it to edit like me, and it has saved me a ton of time. I mean, it's cutting it down from an hour to 2 hours to 15 to 20 minutes maximum. And they're so accurate and it's so affordable. It is bananas to me. So all in all, to sum it up, if you have not tried Imagen and you're like me and you are very hesitant to change, hesitant to add new things into your business, I'm gonna go ahead and, as somebody that's an if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of person, personally vouch for the fact that Imagen is worth trying out. Two, this is just a quick little tutorial on how to use it because I felt very overwhelmed by the concept of adding AI into my business. I was kind of under this like misconstrued notion that it was gonna be really complicated and technically advanced and frustrating for me to learn. It is ridiculously easy, especially if you're somebody that's already using Lightroom. Imagen actually has a free gift for you to say thanks for watching this video too. You can use the link at the description down below to get 1,500 free AI edits with Imagen. So if you just wanna try it completely risk-free, don't pay a penny, and see if it works for you, see if you have similar results to me, then that's an awesome way to do it. The link is down in the description. I would love for you to come back and comment and let me know if you were as blown away as I was by the accuracy and the speed of Imagen. Because as I continue to train it and upload more catalogs into it, it's becoming more and more accurate, and it's really blowing me away with how much time it's saving me. And I am a huge believer in working smarter, not harder, and I think this is a really prime example of how you can do that in your business, especially starting a new year, where you can add this in and kind of get used to it, train it with past catalogs, maybe even go do some shoots for the purpose of training Imagen during your off season so that you set yourself up for success in 2024 with saving tons and tons of time with AI editing like this. So thank you so much for being here and tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. Just as a reminder, there's also a free gift from me at the link in the description. If you want more editing tutorials from me and to see more about my personal style, my light, bright, and bold, really colorful imagery that you see here, you can learn more about that in the description down below to watch a free shoot and a free editing tutorial from me just to say thanks for being here. We also post new videos every single week, and I'd be so grateful to have you subscribe. But until next time, bye guys.